Alright, we're getting back to our 45s here. So this is the 42 motor. Get ready to bore out the spigot hole on this one like I did the last one. So right now I'm centering it up to get it done. So I already got my spacers in here, parallels, whatever you want to call them. So that'll hold the case flat, gets it off the dowel pins here, and also off of the oil pump surface, which is up under there. So it sits flat against this table. You want to make sure it sits flat. So right now it appears to be flat down there. You look down inside, you can see it sitting against the case, this piece. So that's what you want. So right now I'm going to level this out and then I'll tighten this down. And I got a pinch bolt down inside there, which you can see from this side over here. That's how we hold it in. Alright, let's try a different view here. See if this works better for seeing what's going on. Probably not. Alright. First thing I do is get a level. We're 0.9 degree off still. A little higher. 39. 200's off now. 3, 0. And how far is it off this time? 3. That's pretty good. 0.03, that's pretty close. So we got to center up the spigot hole here. Now we can go ahead and indicate the top of the case here. Make sure it's flat. Okay. About 6.5 on that side. About 6.5 to 7 on this side. Ooh, that's a big step. That's huge. Thigh tile step in one part and left the other. It's only one thou on this side. Nice. Consistent. Okay, about 4 on that side. Actually, that's 5. Alright, so about 8 over there. 3.5, 8.5. So average, we're pretty close, but pretty good step. About there. All right, pretty flat. Our boring bore in. Oh, I didn't center the hole. Being a dumbass. I flattened the case out, but I didn't center up the hole. It's hard to get good help. I'm sure you can't see nothing from over there. Alright. Here's what I didn't do. See, I did the top. See, I got it flat. There's that big stepper right there. Boop, boop, boop. See, the dial's pretty even all the way around, even where I can't see it. Okay, but now I got to center up the ID of the hole here, so that I can know where I'm at. Alright. A couple down, a little more than a couple, up by a little bit, and then we're off. Okay. We're about 3 down, 5 down, so maybe we need to go to 4 down. Okay, about 4. 4.5, 5. About the same. And about the same. There we go. So we're pretty close. We're within 1,000. It varies a little bit, so we can move probably half a thou. So we're 2.9 thou difference between the last case we did on this surface. So the case is varied by 3 thousandths. That's pretty close. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and move this over about 3/10 since I'm shooting for. Okay, 2/10. Let's see what we got now on our indicator. Indicators and digital readings do not correlate with each other. They don't play friendly with each other. So whatever you do on one does not match up to what the other one says. Okay, so 2/10 actually means we want to about 7/10 of a thou over. So now we're on this side, we're high. And this side over here, we're low. So now we get to go back. Now if you go back, it's common for it to be in a different spot and be centered. Okay, 1/10. Okay, move to 1/10. It's definitely 5 now. This one's a little bit high. It's about 5 also. This one's 5, but it's 5 on the low side. So that needs to go back to 0 to be what I want. Trying to move 1/10 is always fun. There, we're right back at 0. Now, but the indicator's not the same as it was. It's low through here, see it's not even hitting on the scale. So I like the 1 better. Oh, we just moved to 6. You want 1, not 0. Come on. And 1. Alright. We'll go with that. See, 1/10 of a thou in a clearance on a hole doesn't matter. I spend 5 minutes. See, that's my problem. I'm too picky. All right, we're good on that. Okay, now we can go ahead and put the boring head in there. For some reason, I always want it the best I can make it. Definitely, I have a problem with that. But that can be a good problem. There's worse ones I could have. Okay. Where's 0 at? Right there. Give it 100. There. Okay. Now I'm going to start cutting. So, here's our cutter diameter. Now the boring head, you can actually cut negative, which means instead of that edge right there, the cutting edge being out, the heel back here would be out there, and that would be trying to push metal. You're trying to cut metal with a surface not made to cut if you bring it out too far. So you want to make sure you don't do that. So I went to 0 and I went 100th thou extra, so I'm positive by 100. So that means I'm going to cut that much first shot. The next thing you want to do is set the depth that you go down. That's what that stop right there is for. And you can see how I'm going all the way through. So it looks like I'm probably a little bit too far through. Yeah, we're pretty close. So I'm going to leave it at that. Always want to make sure you're not going to hit anything. So we're good right there. Alright. And I'm at my high speed right now. I think I'll back it down a little bit. We'll bring the number in. There, we'll bring it to 12. I'm not going to cut too fast before with this dull ass cutter. This is our power engagement. That makes the handle drop, which makes the bit go down. And that stop right there. And it stopped. So you can see how far it went through. You pull it up. We go ahead and move the dial. Dial's at 0 to 100, so we're at 0. So we go 50, 100 pass. Let me give one more of those because I'm making 200 passes. So 200 pass means you're cutting 100 per side. So you're cutting 100 per side. That's 200 off the diameter. That's a good cut. So we do this for a little while because we got to go out all the way out to here. You see we got another inch to go. Zero. We gotta make 10 passes to get out where we need to be to. Only problem is we'll run out of room before we get to 10 passes. Half, 1, 1.5, 2, 0. So So the reason we're cutting this baffle plate out is because we want to get oil up onto the piston and cylinder to lubricate them. Back in the old days, they didn't have piston rings that worked, so you had to keep the oil off the motor. You foul the plugs out and carbon up the chamber. You're used to supposed to decarbon your motor every couple hundred miles back in the day. Imagine doing that today. Two. See, it's repetitive work here, see? Turn on, flip on, stand back. Deep enough. A little extra. Whoop. Alright, I'm gonna keep going 200, screw it. I slowed the cutter down, I can cut more. Probably about the last time I do 200 though. Pretty good cut. Ooh, that dug in. Oh, that dug in so hard. Yeah, that's why it slid over a bunch. Okay, we're way past our 0. Yeah, we're way past our 0.2. So we're losing holding power, so it actually slung out on us on the RPM. That's the way it cut more than it was supposed to. Some turquoise oil. That time I didn't do it. So, where are we at now? We're at 60, 10. Get back on to 0. Nope, 90. There's 0. Get back on my numbers. Alright, see we have this much free play, it's about 10 thou worth of extra feed we're putting into it. Where's 0 at? 0's way over there. So it feeds out about 10 thou bigger than you want it to be. It's just 5 thou slide that way. Okay, it's time to swap the cutter to a different spot. So we're going to pull this all the way back in, and then we're going to move this from here to over here. That'll stop the excess slipping out on us when we're getting too far out. It'll also cut back on the vibration that you're not really noticing it, but it's vibrating more than it was. It's a slight imbalance by moving that out. I purposely have drag on this thing so it's too hard to move. It helps hold the adjustment better. Move it out. Zero's right there. See where it cut last. Yep. Half one. And 0. There you go. Well, alright, we're back. More interruptions. Okay, let's see. Drop back to a 50 cut here. Getting close. Last time we finished at 70, so we're at 0. There's a 40 pass. That was good. 50. Looks good. One notch. Okay, we're pretty close. I'll just sneak up on it a little bit. hitting. 65. Got a hit, I think it'll hit over here. And we are not hitting. Okay, that was 65. That's pretty damn close. Let's see if we go. There's 70. See if it hits. It's hitting on something. It's a hitting somewhere, I can hear it. There it is. Right in there, see it cutting? Looks like that's the only spot. Yep. It's going to hit somewhere first. That's the spot. That's how close we bore the original hole. You can see it's rubbing across that surface. You can see how hearing is important. Can't see it, you hear it. And eventually you go looking for it, you find it. So a little bit of a look over here still. Close enough though. Alright, so that's how you do that. So this one we wound up at 69 thou, it looks like. That's where it wound up at. Back this thing up, out of the way. Okay, now we got to flop this all around, rotate it, and do the other half. We'll be done with this part of the case machining. Always lots more to do though. Chips up. Alright, so now I've got the chips out of the backside so I can rotate the case without worrying about chips being in there where they don't belong. Get access to our nut now from this side. Okay, there's one of those. Two of those. Take that around. So you remember how I did the other case because I got to change everything around. Clunk. Okay. Back where it belongs. All right. close. Oh, we're way off. 3 degrees. What a shocker. 1 degree. Yep, went too far. Zero. Okay, now we go and do the dial indicator deal again. Okay. Okay, we're about 5.5. About 3 under. About 3. So we're within about 3 thou. Not bad for the level. Oh, damn, that was quick. Down there about 0, about 1. 2. Get about 3 or so. Alright, 2.5 that way, 2.5, 2.5, 2.5 there and 1 thou there. So that's close. Close enough. Tighten the case up. This time we're going to center the bore instead of forgetting to do it. Oh, shoot, what happened? Actually, we're not even close. Nope, went the wrong direction. There we go. We're on the indicator. Once we're on the indicator, we get in quick. 11, 12.5. That's 12, 11, 15. Big step. About 11 on that side. Ooh, that's a big difference. That's surprising. 15. Yeah, that's really surprising. Cases yarn up that much on these early ones. 14. Right there. About the same all the way around. Okay, we're pretty close with that one anyway. So with a 2.2 thou offset. So 2.5 thou difference side to side this way. That's weird. Usually they're a lot closer than that on these old cases. That's like a modern motor. Alright, so that's done. Let's go ahead and do the boring bar again. Well, this one's already got a hole in it, so we don't have to go out so much. A lot less cutting to be done. It goes a lot quicker. Let's see what I got working on over here. So you can see how this case has already got the cut out because they had to because the cylinders weren't living very long. They had to get oil in them no matter how much oil they were using. Okay, we're going to zero out our indicator right there. It's going to make our first cut. Pressure on my lock here. Always like to have a little bit of pressure on my ram. The ram's this part that goes up and down right here. This part. So that stops some of the vibration if it's got a little tension on it. Okay, so we're at 0. Should be able to do we'll do 100. We'll do a big cut. We'll be here all day. That's cold, not waiting here all day. Okay, give it 50 cut. 50, that's 45, there's 50. Okay, so we got about 120 to go right now. Another 50. Give another 50. 50 right there. Okay, so 65. Not hitting. Okay. $69, just like the last case. See if it hits anything. Hitting something. Probably over here somewhere. Nope. Good cutting. I hear something, but I don't see it. Must be just like a party lip or something. I'm gonna give it 1 thou, there's more. And about 1.5. Hear it now. I'll go right here with my thumb, you see a high spot hit. But then it quit hitting. It's a rubbing someplace. Now it's on the back side again. Go back in there. Barely touching though. Spinning all the way around over here. So it's hitting a little bit right here, right over here, right over here, and it hit this part I heard up here, this little bang lip right here got hit. That was sticking up a thou or two. So that's pretty close, we're barely touching anything. So, alright, so that side is now done. Once again, we have a little bit of a lip right here, a couple thou. Okay, so those are all bored out. So, I'm going to go ahead and strip these apart, and then we got to mark them for the stroker clearance, which is right in this rod clearance that goes in here. Alright, so we'll be back.